Okay, this is a brief lesson for the trumpet on what I call scale, arpeggio, and thirds. If you'll look at the sheet this way or that way, you'll see that I've written out 3 different scales for the trumpet. This is for a young trumpet player to play. Number 3, the G scale could be played in the upper octave, but for our purposes here, we're going to play in the lower octave. So today's lesson will be on number 1, playing the C scale. So we simply play the C scale 1 octave, we play the C arpeggio 1 octave, and then we play what I call thirds, all right? Thirds are simply intervals. You're going to play the first note of the scale, the third note of the scale, the second note of the scale, the fourth note of the scale, and so forth. So you're skipping a note in between every 2 notes, all right? That will help you to memorize your scales as well as build your technique. So let's look at the second line and the third line of number 1. Notice that you're going to go up 1 note beyond the name of the scale. Well, the name of the scale is C. We're going to go up to a D, and that's going to be first vowel, all right? You can still play a D with 1 and 3, but it's better in tune with 1. Also, when you're coming down, you're going to play 1 note below the name of the scale, which would be B, and you're going to play B natural, okay? So going up, we're simply going to play this. This is the second line. Okay, use lots of air as you ascend and lots of air as you descend. Fast air, all right? If you're having trouble with playing the upper notes, raise your tongue as if saying T, all right? And also shoot the air, direct the air toward the top of the mouthpiece. That will help you to increase your range. Now, coming down, we're doing the same thing, but we're going backwards. So now we're going to go. Okay, and make sure you warm up before you do this. I did not warm up, I just took my trumpet out of the case. So you go back, you play the scale, which is simply this. You play the arpeggio. And then you play the thirds. Okay, this will increase your range. This will help you to memorize your scales, and it will also help your technique. You can play different dynamic levels. You can insert different articulations. You can slur 2, tongue 2, slur 2, slur them all, etc. So if you'll practice this, first of all, just number 1 in the simple scale of C. The B's are natural, everything's natural, no B flats. And then go on to number 2, which is going to be lower, but now we're going to have B flat and E flat. So then we go to number 3, which would be the low form or the low octave G scale, okay? So practice this along with your normal practice. If you're doing technique, you're doing scale studies and things of that nature, make sure you incorporate this into your daily practice routine, and then stay tuned for the next video. I may do number 2 and 3, although I may go ahead and move a little bit forward with some more technical things and some lip slurs. So stay tuned. Practice this, all right? Practice it. Perfect number 1 before you go to 2 and 3, okay? All right, stay tuned. Have a great day.